We'll get to that.
Yeah, sure we will.
All right. Well, I'd like to go ahead and call the Rockland Fire Protection District Board of Trustees regular meeting to order at 6 p.m. On Monday, June 9th, 2025. In attendance, we have myself, Trustee Malowski, Trustee Mack, Trustee Dunn, Attorney John Kelly, Treasurer Carl Snowland, and Chief Deposit and DC
This
Gallo.
is the signed one from last, oh no, I got it, okay. I left you the signed one.
We good? Yeah. Anyone need an agenda?
No, I was just asking, John, you need the next one?
Is that next one?
Yes. Perfect.
There we go. Okay, if we could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Consideration of minutes of the meeting that I missed of the Rockland Fire Protection District Board of Trustees for Monday, May 12th, 2025. I skimmed the minutes, they look good to me, but I was not here.
I just read them over, everything looked good to me.
Yeah, I've read them as well, I have no problem with it. So I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the minutes as tendered.
I will second that.
All right, and voice vote, all those in favor?
Aye.
And I'll abstain.
Courteously?
Okay, Chief's report.
Will we go?
Sure. Hope you had a chance to review the Liberty Villas report. Had 8 calls total for the month. Everything's on the front and back page. Had a pretty decent May as far as time-wise go. Our average was about 3 minutes, 36 seconds. So it's all timing, right? Station 3's in quarters, we can get here pretty quick.
Yeah.
If Station 3 isn't, or if we're doing something else, that's when the delays happen. But it is what it is, it's the cost of doing business. So that's the monthly for the most part. We did have a record month, May. We had 430 some odd calls. That's the most we've ever had in a month at Libertyville.
Wow.
So,
You haven't even had Libertyville days either.
I know.
Don't say that.
But it was a good month. No, nothing to report. Nobody got hurt. We were able to manage it. Of course, with the help of mutual and automatic aid partners. I think we all rely on each other, so it worked out really well. Plus, it's job security too, right? As far as other stuff going on in the village, Libertyville Days starts on Thursday, so it should be a good event. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Parade's at 10 o'clock on Saturday, starting downtown. So if you can, bring your friends, family. And then we have a fire department rib cook-off that I believe starts like in the early afternoon at the Civic Center there, where the band plays there on stage.
On Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday. So that should be fun. You guys, you're gonna do it, right?
I'm not going to be
Lake
around a lot of towns. Well, I didn't know if Lake Forest had a team right now.
Okay.
But they
I
have
think
in the
there's
past.
5 or 6 fire departments. We
Yeah.
actually got Libertyville Police Department involved as well,
Nice.
and I think Condell has their nurses team.
Oh,
So
cool.
it gets bigger.
Nurses cooking ribs. That's
They
something.
won last year.
So they're not worried about being heart healthy then, okay?
Yeah, I believe Condell nurses.
Yeah, I think one of the years they did.
Yeah.
So-
Bruce.
So and then
Job security.
they all go for job security. Yeah, it's a traveling trophy, kind of like the Stanley Cup.
Edit that out of the tape.
So, but that should be fun. So moving forward, all the Liberty downtown Libertyville summer activities happen, block parties and all that. So we're looking forward to that. It's a good time of year. Good time of year. So that's it on the business side.
Talking about
I'm
the
sorry.
bikes.
Yeah, I was talking about it earlier, but a couple of you walked in after we talked. Motorcycle Missions is a non-for-profit that we found out about late last year. They focus on military, PTSD, and what they do, it's almost like an Orange County Choppers. It's a non-for-profit that they put these teams together of military veterans that may suffer from some type of PTSD, and then it's all therapy-based, right? So they build these choppers. Some are custom to build, some are just rebuilds. So they just branched out recently, they're out of Texas, however, the president lives in Libertyville. His name is Darren Chartier. Somehow got a hold of him. He said that this happened, there's a fire station or fire department in Texas that piloted the program to bring it to first responders, not just military. And it worked out really well. As a matter of fact, I think they have 6 or 7 stations, so now they're doing kind of what we're doing. But we decided we're the second department in the nation to try this out. Everything's paid for by the non-for-profit, which is great. All we do is supply the time and the personnel. So we broke it down in 3 teams, station 1, 2, and 3. There's a before picture on page 1, and then station 2's and 3's bike is on the back of page 1, and then of course, we can't forget Chester with the sidecar. Station 1's bike is there. So we're gonna showcase them on Friday and Saturday at Libertyville Days at Cook Park. So pretty happy that that's done. And then we get them for a year, and we can use them for pub events. Motorcycle missions, we'll take them a couple times, take them to Sturgis, take them to the different motorcycle shows that they go. The owner, or I guess the executive, whoever runs motorcycle missions, she's a huge motorcycle fanatic. So she travels all over the nation, and she promotes motorcycle missions. They have some deep pockets investors to help with the funding of this. But after the year's over, these things will be auctioned off, and then whatever money they make goes back into the organization to fund future builds. So it's a great organization. It was great. Our guys really enjoyed it. Just wanted to show you guys some pictures. So,
Yeah, it's really cool.
yeah.
Where's Chester's, where's his seatbelt?
Okay, Bruce, it's obvious you haven't been on a motorcycle before, you're asking for a
Okay,
seatbelt.
what's gonna keep Chester on?
We're working on Velcro on the paws.
Okay.
You should get a helmet and goggles.
Yeah. Oh, and a scarf.
A scarf, yeah. Very good, thank you.
Lake Forest, 16 calls for the month of May, 97 total. You should have the sheets there, and on the back page, which breakdowns of the times. Nothing notable really during the month. We are also on like record-setting pace. I think it's just all over the county as far as calls. We're just responding to more requests for help than ever before. So it's all right, whatever we can do to make somebody's day a little bit better. We are going through the process. Our firefighter eligibility list is happening right now, so that just closed on May 31st. We got 18 candidates. We kind of put a restriction on it this year with paramedics. We hadn't had that before, but we have got so many non-medics right now in the department that we honestly can't take any more in. So even though we used to get 100 people and then we'd get down to 60 and then down to 43 interviews and psychological, we're starting with a smaller group, but we feel good that it's going to be a more educated group. Otherwise, we're bringing guys in. Now, paramedics, sending them to Lake Forest for paramedic school is 10 months, a year by the time they get their ride time. The fire academy is something easier to swing because that's 9 weeks. It's still a burden, but not like the 10-month paramedic school. So if we can get some of these medics in the door and just have them test into our system, it really saves a lot of wear and tear on them having to go through school while they're on the clock, people being hired back to cover them while they're supposed to be on duty, but they gotta go to school, ride time on ambulances, all kinds of things like that. So we're starting the second phase of that now, which will be like video interview. Each of the candidates has 4 questions to answer on a video. We kind of just watch it, it's recorded, it's not live or anything. And then we determine whether we're gonna bring them into the next step, which would be the oral interview. So it's exciting, that's kind of where we're at now, and yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Large pool across the country, or kind of more locally?
It seems to be more localish. We see some of the same names pop up, and so we'll see. But I'm excited to see what we got out there, and it'll be nice to get medics. So, yeah.
Cool. Anything for chiefs? No? Thank you. All right, John, attorney's report. What you got for us?
Not much. The legislature went home on May 31st. One bill of interest to the fire service that did pass is the lift assist bill. Now, after 6 or more lift assists at any one commercial facility, fire departments can start billing for that. Obviously, it doesn't impact you. Probably impacts both Libertyville and Lake Forest. The Mavis bill never made it out of committee, so that did pension, again, not impacting you guys, no movement on that, other than for the state to set aside $75 million, that in case the IRS pursues the state for the difference between Social Security and Tier 2 pension, there's money there to pay for it. There is talk that in the veto session in November, there will be looking at Tier 2, or the whole pension thing again, so. Other than that, that's really about it.
Thank you, sir.
That lift assist bill is on the governor's desk, and that's 6 within a calendar year, just so you know.
And that's, it sounds like it's commercial only.
Yeah, like the healthcare facilities.
That's what, yeah.
Like the Sheridan and,
Yeah.
176, 6.
And
And it's, I'm sorry, go ahead, Bruce.
You've had some pretty good luck, though, after they kind of started abusing it, going in and kind of giving some education to local.
Yeah, we try. We have a firefighter that keeps in frequent contact with the executive directors of these, and it all depends. They sometimes change hands and policies change, and some have a no-touch policy. Somebody can fall literally right in front of them, and all they need is just a hand up, and then you call 911 to have. And those are the education moments where you need to be like, you cannot abuse the system. And this is going to certainly help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that probably sounds what that
Yes.
is probably exactly going
absolutely.
after.
That's-
That's exactly, it's not, we're more than happy to go to any.
For sure.
to
Oh,
help
yeah.
out. But when they just
But when
call us
somebody's
because
abusing it.
they have a policy
Mhm.
and they have more than capable personnel,
But yeah, like a no-touch policy, that's
Yeah.
absurd in a
Right.
assisted
I
living.
thought we'd shut that down, but I guess not.
it all depends on ownership and management and all that.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, John, that's like 6 period, it's not based on size of the facility?
6.
Wow.
And it's not anyone, not an individual, it's 6 at the facility.
At the facility
On
itself.
the 7th one, they can start charging.
Okay. So then it kind of comes down to the discretion of the department, I guess, too, and, after the 6th one, if you start billing or not, you feel that they're
Yeah.
using it.
Exactly, I mean, this we'll have to amend our ordinances and
Mhm.
get that into the billing cycle and how much you're gonna charge, it's gonna be incremental, kind of like, fire alarms that go off incessantly, so. It's a-
Teachable moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
it is,
sure.
and that's all we wanna do is educate, we don't wanna enforce, I mean, it's not a huge revenue generator. It's,
Yeah, but, I would bet that, whoever you're using for your liaison, if you just walked around and said, by the way,
yes,
this is what's gonna happen from now on.
right,
Not saying we will, not saying we won't, just saying here it is.
yeah,
I'll bet you that'll be a wake-up moment.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, Carl, treasurer's report.
All right. On the balance sheet, the checking account is at $570,495.01. Reserve account is $312,567.83, and petty cash is still $81.75, for total assets of $883,144.59. Being as we do not have a budget yet, I don't have a budget tracking report, that will come next month. So that's it for the treasurer's report.
Okay.
I don't know if you could skip 5.
Oh, that's not good. All right, well, let's go ahead and I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll second.
All right, and roll call vote, trustee Dunn.
Aye.
Trustee Mack.
Aye.
Trustee Malinowski, aye. And as trustee Dunn can get out, I did skip 5. I'll go ahead and jump back to public comment. The district trustees allocate time for those individuals who would like the opportunity to address the fire district trustees on any matter not listed on the agenda. Each person addressing the trustees is asked to limit their comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. Any public comment? Okay. Moving on back to agenda item 8, outstanding invoices. Carl?
Okay. So for month of May, we had our public risk underwriters for our liability insurance, $4,160. That's a one-time deal for the year. Then we have the split of the the IGA to the city of Lake Forest, so $125,000 and $20,997. Our legal retainer, Thousand Ritz for $850. North Shore Gas, $228. Comcast, $271. ComEd, $567. North Shore Water Reclamation, $16, and then the Lake County Collector for our property tax, while we are tax exempt, every tax exempt one still has to pay the drainage district, so $60 for that. So total expenditures for the month of May was $152,150.84.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the outstanding invoices in the amount of $152,150.84.
I'll second that.
And roll call vote, trustee Mack,
Aye.
trustee Dunn,
Aye.
trustee Morosky, aye. All right, thank you, Carl. Okay, agenda item number 9, discussion action on selection of officers of the Rockland Fire Protection District.
John, do we need to swear these guys in?
No.
Okay, good.
Just,
Do you want to be sworn in? We should swear you into something.
You can swear at me.
We do have to reappoint Carl, don't we?
You don't have to, but you can.
We should.
Like I said, it's not required, but it certainly would not hurt in the least.
All right, well, I would like to make a motion to appoint Carl Snublin as treasurer of the Rockland Fire Protection District.
I'll second that motion.
And we gotta do a voice vote or a roll call?
voice vote's fine.
Voice vote, fine. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Congrats, Carl. Anything else?
So now, we have to redo the slate of officers, right?
Correct.
So, you still want to be Alcalde?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to be the secretary, or you want me to be the secretary?
Can you give me 2 seconds of what it entails? Or on top of what I,
The filings, the agenda, approval of the minutes, and approval of the finances.
If
I don't mind doing it.
if you would like to still do it, that would be great.
I'm fine. No, I am totally fine doing it.
While it does sound like it is a smaller time requirement, I do have 2 little children that I have to chase around, so.
The joy of this is watching the clock and making sure you get the agenda posted.
Yeah,
That's the big one.
that's the one.
And then hurting the president.
Yeah.
Well, you forgot having to be here as the,
Oh, yeah, you get it.
the petitions.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
yes.
right, because the secretary of the board is also the local election official,
Yeah.
so you've got to run the election.
Which is why I was running the election
Gotcha.
and being such a pain in the ass before.
Well, it sounds like we should make a motion to have Bruce maintain that.
All right, sounds like Dan's making a motion to nominate Bruce Mack as secretary.
I think I heard everybody wants to do this step forward and then you guys step back. Is that it? That's fine.
I'll second that motion. All right, all those in favor say aye. Anybody opposed? Then,
I'd like to make a motion to appoint trustee Malinowski for a second term as the president of the board.
I will second that.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. And I'll make a motion to appoint trustee Dunn as trustee.
Trustee at large.
We don't have to do that.
Trustee at large?
I didn't want to leave Dan out.
Oh, it's okay. I'm good.
The best part is eventually you become trustee emeritus, which means you get nothing and don't have to come. So.
Is that what Chris was? Sorry.
Yeah, he's trustee emeritus, yes.
All right, cool, okay. I think that's all good for that one. Right, John?
Yes, that's all you need.
Thank you. Agenda item 10, other items as may be lawfully brought before the board. Outside of some spam, nothing in my email, it's been quiet.
Yeah, I got the spam this time too.
I've had a ton of spam, especially around the website.
Oh, I had.
Would you update your website?
Oh, yeah.
And,
There there was website, and then there was somebody who wanted to date me apparently.
Okay,
That
as
fire-
far as what I would call legitimate spam, which is, you know, people propositioning you because of your office, and they, you know, they're vendors of things that you might need. That's
not quite
just gonna happen.
Yeah.
But if you start to get much in the way of like people wanting to date and things like that, let me know, because there are things I can do to block that.
I've had a couple
Usually,
go ahead.
I would get, in the past, I would get them too, but, so then I would know and I would put the blocking rules in place, but I've not seen any, so if you let me know.
The only one I've gotten consistently recently is like an e-bike thing.
Oh, yeah, the e-bike guy from
that's-
Germany.
But they
Yeah.
constantly change the domain of where it comes from.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The one that's been like legit spam has been, that my Netflix account's gonna be suspended. My Netflix account, or did I-
There's some creative stuff out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nothing too extraordinary, I'm sure that if you didn't have any filters in place, it'd be ridiculous.
Oh, we would,
Well, next time I will forward all the date ones to you, Marcy.
Okay, yeah.
So-
Just
I was gonna say, do you
just-
want those blocked, or?
Just so I can see who's interested in Bruce.
No, I don't want you to feel left out.
Thank you.
Oh, God, I sometimes wonder about who's gonna watch this on YouTube and go, what the hell?
All right. Yeah, as far as IDOT or any other interest in the building, even though I know it's not officially an agenda item on here, at nothing.
I didn't even put it, man, they've been in here practicing again with the broken boards.
look at this, 2 for 1.
Yeah, we have to have a chat with them about that. Nothing's gonna happen, absolutely nothing is gonna happen now.
Soon or period?
No, no, soon, because, at this point, because, nothing can change, because the legislature's gone home.
Yeah.
If they had to make any, if they have to do, I don't remember what the percentage is, they have to do something, a major, even if they're not changing the top line on the budget or the bottom line on the budget, but if they're gonna do a major switch and how they're gonna change, instead of doing project A for this, we're gonna do project B, and remember, these things are typically, 50, 60, 70, 200, 300 million. They have to go to the legislature and at least get committee approval, depending on the amount, because they're all going home, nothing will happen until they come back. So that's why I didn't put it on there, that was a
Yeah.
long reason, way of saying, when they come back in session, you'll start seeing it again as an agenda item. I do periodically just call those guys.
I was gonna ask, in your experience, so they're putting in that pump station there, right? Yeah, the viaduct?
Yeah.
41. In your experience, does the fact that they're putting that in change anything about the long-term goals of what they wanna do?
That's a capital project that was put in place, that one's been in the making for at least 15 years. Because that viaduct's been flooding.
Oh, yeah.
So it was done specifically because of that.
Gotcha.
It has no relationship to anything else that is happening, because this didn't come into play until, what, 6 years ago, I think?
Oh, it's been quite a bit longer than that.
No, I mean, but it didn't actually make it off. I think the initial approval,
The hearings were about 8 years, 8, 9.
8 years, okay, 8, 9, okay.
When they had the public hearings.
Because it was before that, but until they take it to hearing, it's just pipe dreams, so.
All right, thanks, Bruce. Okay, with there being nothing else, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at, let's call it 6:20, 6:25.
I will second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.